Well, hello there. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I thank you very much for coming to my channel and watching this video. We talked on the last one about Charlie Russell and how he believed you need to accept truth wherever you find it, even if it comes from Satan, because truth is truth. It's truth as much as if Jehovah said it, even if Satan said it. And how he looked to these astrologers who he claimed to be under the inspiration of demons. But you know what? It's okay because they really go along with our chronology of things. So we'll take a look at it. That's just perfectly fine. And this is what they have to say. So anyways, that joker, it didn't stop there. It continued on with Judge Joseph F. Rutherford, whom we'll call Joey. From here on out, Judge Joey, he printed this book in, I believe, 1922. Angels and Women. Very interesting. This is the 1924 revision. And I want to read you the foreword from this book, continuing our line that Jehovah's Witnesses have been deeply involved. They have been, deeply involved in Spiritism. Going all the way back to the beginning. Now we're with Joey Rutherford. The foreword of Angels and Women. It says, "Trite but true is the saying. Truth is stranger than fiction. Fiction sometimes illuminates the truth." A number of years ago, Mrs. J.G. Smith published a novel entitled Seola. She claims to have been impelled to write it after listening to beautiful music. She made no pretense of a knowledge of the Bible, yet many of her sayings are so thoroughly in accord with the correct understanding of certain scriptures that the novel is exceedingly interesting, and sometimes thrilling. It's so in accord with their scriptural truths that they were publishing back then in the 1800s and 1900s, which now have been completely false. Anyways, back to the foreword. The greatest Bible scholar of modern times read this book shortly before his death. The footnote reads, "This greatest Bible scholar of all times was of course Charlie Taze Russell." Back to the paragraph. To a close personal friend, he said, "This book, if revised according to the facts we know concerning Spiritism, would be instructive and helpful." Long prior thereto, this noted Bible scholar had written and published the first clear exposition of the Bible teaching on Spiritism. He advised his personal friend to revise the novel Seola and to publish it if opportunity was afforded at some future time. This book deals with the events transpiring between the date of creation of man and the Great Deluge. The principal characters figuring in the novel are Satan, fallen angels, and women. Angels are heavenly messengers. There was a time when all angels were good. The time came when many of them allied themselves with Satan and became evil, hence called fallen angels. Women possess finer sensibilities than man. She is more susceptible to seductive influences. Satan and his allies have taken advantage of this fact in overreaching women, and through women overreaching man. Holy angels are exemplification of good. Good women are blessed creatures. Evil spirit beings started good human beings on the downward road. Evil angels are bad women and have countless millions more. The Bible story of fallen angels or evil spirits is briefly told as is. Lucifer, once a good spirit being of great knowledge and authority, in order to satisfy his ambitious desire for greater authority, deceived Eve, the first woman, causing her to sin. Adam, the first man, joined her in the transgression. The sentence of death and expulsion from Eden resulted. 930 years were employed in executing that death sentence. During that time there was born to Adam and Eve a number of children. 1600 years later, among these descendants of Adam were Noah and his family. Lucifer, now degraded, was named by Jehovah the dragon, the old serpent, Satan the devil. God had permitted these angels prior to the flood to have supervision of the peoples of earth. These angels had power to materialize in human form and mingle amongst the human race. Satan reduced many of these angels and caused them to become wicked or fallen ones. They in turn debauched the women descendants of Adam. The materialized angels, called sons of God, saw the daughters of men that they were fair, and they took them wives, all of which they chose. Genesis chapter 6 verse 2. A mongrel race resulted from these fallen angels with the offspring of Adam. These filled the earth with wickedness and violence. Their wickedness became so great that the Lord Jehovah brought upon the world the great deluge that destroyed all of this mongrel race. The sons of God who succumbed to the temptations and thus became the fallen angels are alluded to as divas in this book. Their offspring as Darvans. Well, get that. A diva. A woman diva. I wonder where we get that term from today. Anyways, back to the foreword. The fallen angels or evil spirits were not destroyed in the flood, but imprisoned in the darkness of the atmosphere near the earth. Upon this point in the inspired words of the Holy Writs are, "For God spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell, and delivered them into chains of darkness, to be reserved unto judgment." 2 Peter chapter 2 verse 4. And the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he hath reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day. Jude verse 6. Since the flood, these evil angels have had no power to materialize, yet they have had the power to exercise it, or of communicating with human beings through willing dupes known as spirit mediums. Thus have been deceived hundreds of thousands of honest people into believing that their dead friends are alive and that the living can talk with the dead. All students familiar with the Bible teaching concerning Spiritism will read this book with the keenest interest because it shows the method employed by Satan and the wicked angels to debauch and overthrow the human race. The reviser of this book, footnote reads, Joey Rutherford, back to the paragraph, the reviser of this book is of the opinion that the original manuscript was dictated to the woman who wrote it by one of the fallen angels who desired to return to divine favor. It is believed that reverential persons now examining the revised edition of this book will have a better understanding of the evil influence about us and be better fortified in the Lord's word and grace to shield and protect themselves from these evil influences. Spiritism, otherwise named demonism, is working great evil amongst men. It should be studiously avoided. To be forewarned is to be forearmed. Hence this publication. So there you have it. Judge Joey, dabbling in Spiritism, writing in the wide open public with this book, publishing it and revising it because that's what Charlie Russell wanted to do, but he didn't get a chance to, so he followed through on his demonic promise to get this book published. And how was this book written? Well, it says here that the original manuscript by this woman was dictated to her by one of these fallen angels. Basically, what they call auto-channeling, auto-writing, where this demon possesses someone and makes them write the thoughts. And so it's crazy, man. It's crazy. You think Jehovah's Witnesses are the most upright, spiritually moral people, and where they come from is the truth, but really they come from their father, the devil. They're deceived into thinking their true religion is the only true religion on the earth, and really it's probably the most wicked religion on the earth. So we have Charlie Russell approving of truths told by Satan, and garnering support from demonic astrologers, and really wanting to publish this book, Angels and Women, but died before he could do that. Then you have Judge Joey picking up the torch of Spiritism, fulfilling the wishes of Charlie Russell, and writing this book that was dictated to some woman to really mislead people into thinking that it's okay to be dabbling with this stuff. Is it okay? Well, let's read the New World translation of the Holy Scriptures. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 21. You cannot be drinking the cup of Jehovah and the cup of demons. You cannot be partaking of the table of Jehovah and the table of demons. Right here. Can't miss it. So they've got their origins, their starts in the occult, Spiritism, Freemasonry, paganism, and it doesn't stop there. You can look online on a lot of these subliminal images. As a matter of fact, there's a channel on there that really got my eyes opening to how demonic this religion is. Let me see if I can find that. This channel on YouTube that I like to get some of these things, these subliminal images. It's Ben Sub Images, and what's really striking is when they were requesting these books in the late 70s and early 80s from Johannes Grieber, these spiritistic and occult books. The books published by Jehovah's Witnesses are littered with subliminal images, demonic subliminal images. If you have the yellow book, My Book of Bible Stories, that was printed in '78, and a lot of the artistic publications or the artistic drawings in the late '70s and all of the '80s, there's just so much subliminal demonic images going on in the artwork, the artist renditions, and it's really sickening. I threw out those books that I had. I remember when the Revelation book came out in the late 80s. I think it came out in 1988, and there's a picture, I think, on page 52 or 57. So if you have that book, you can take a look at it. This wasn't subliminal at all. It was just outright demonic. It's got a picture of Jesus. I'll see if I could find it while I'm talking about it. It's got a picture of Jesus, and he's with the 144,000. And Jesus has his scepter, and he's smashing some sort of a clay vessel. And right next to him, he's got the... to his left and to his right, he's got the 144,000 there, and one of them has a demonic hand. And as a kid, that just kind of freaked me out. It gave me nightmares forever. I was about 12. Well, in '88 I was 10 years old. But when I first saw that, I think I was about 12 or so, and that book just gave me nightmares forever. Yeah, I got it. I'll pull it up here on my iPad as soon as it gets downloaded. But yeah, during the 70s and 80s, there was just a proliferation of demonic subliminal images in the Watchtower. And it's just truly amazing that people they refuse to really see it. And of course, there's other channels that exposes some of their subliminal images, even down to one of the recent Watchtowers. I'm not going to say who exposed it, but there's a picture of the altar, and there's smoke, and there's priests, and there's a subliminal image of a hand holding a baby out of the smoke that's about to be sacrificed. It's really sick. I couldn't believe it when I saw it. All right, we're getting closer here. Let's see. Oh no, sorry. This reprint I have doesn't have pictures. My bad. But anyways, you can take a look at it. It's on page 52, I think. It's got a demonic hand of one of the 144,000. So the next video is going to be about the governing body and necromancy. Yep. So take a look. Go see what that means in the dictionary, necromancy, and it just continues the snowball effect that Jehovah's Witnesses are a demonic religion. So we'll see you on the next one.